So there's a guy on the 124 group, the international one, on feces-book that advertises that he has refurbished wood trims available for the 124. I took a chance and messaged him and decided to get a set for my red 124 project, mainly because I have never really been impressed with the jobs done in Australia. Reason being, the Australian jobs done usually have the clear coat bleeding into the holes, which makes the switches difficult to fit. And the other thing is the Australian jobs refurbing your own pieces, which quite often have all of these clips broken on the backside. He has actually given me good condition clips here. So I know everything is going to fit correctly. My only concern is, yes, this is the later version with a larger cutout than what I'm supposed to have, but there is a thicker, unfortunately more ugly bezel that you can get to close that gap. And I already have that on order. Out of interest, this is what Red's original wood looks like. Absolutely atrocious. And yes, some imbecile has drilled a hole in it, hence why I wasn't overly keen on bothering with this, because that's always going to be there. And the aircon panel, well, that's just a complete joke. That's Red's original, just completely destroyed by the Australian sun. So here for comparison is my blue-black 124, and that is a wood trim that was refurbished in Australia. And if it's visible in the video, I'm not sure. There is actually orange peel in that clear coat as well, which would not have been there from the factory. And yes, it does have bleed through into those holes. I did have to very carefully sand that out for the switches to even fit. And of course, as is very typical, the clips are mostly broken, so the switches do not sit in properly. They actually sit recessed. That's not how it's supposed to be. The clips are supposed to hold them in the upright position. And this switch is extremely tight because of that bleed through of the clear coat. And yes, it is the earlier small version hole. Unfortunately, Red's was just too far trashed to consider refurbing, otherwise I would have. This was in a similar condition with cracks all over it when I had this refurb, so they have to be pretty damn bad to be a basket case. The rest of my blue-black 124's wood is pretty good, so that was all I needed to refurb. You can see a colour difference with the original, but I can live with that. What I really need is a less worn out knob. On both of my cars, they're looking a bit worse for wear. Nobody likes a worn out old knob. So if you're interested in getting some wood from this guy yourself, he does go on feces-book in the 124 group by the name of KDL. He has advertised his wood and various reproduction plastic bits that are not available genuine anymore. I believe he makes quite a few items for the coupes and convertibles. So pay him a visit if you're interested. I know he has some pretty good stuff, including some nice shifter handles, which I probably should have thought about before finalising the deal. Out of interest, his prices for the wood was actually cheaper than getting it refurbed in Perth, including the shipping all the way from his European country. You'll get a better price if you deal with him directly. Obviously, eBay is a rip-off and PayPal charges fees, etc. So go ahead and speak to him if you are interested.